Hi Scorpios, this reading is for you for the next week to 10 days. I already shuffled, so I just was going to shuffle one more time. I already cleared the deck from the last reading. So I'm just going to tell you what I get for you guys, what you need to look out for, things like that. I know I shuffle them, but I still like filter the cards too. I will say I don't do traditional tarot meanings because I don't generally use tarot cards when I do readings for people personally in one-on-one readings. I'm just doing them to have so people have something to look at, so there's something to look at when I talk and tell you what I get. Excuse me. All right. It's interesting because I know the Five of Pentacles cards is a concern about money, which, I mean, makes sense because with the current thing going on right now, a lot of people are having that struggle with money. But what I'm getting on this, Scorpio, I saw it more as, I didn't focus on this, I saw it more as choices. So I don't know what's going on with you guys that are watching, but I feel like there's like, it's like one of like, I get four. I didn't see this involved. I saw these four things being, you guys are going to need to make some decisions. And it kind of feels like some of them are big decisions. And I don't know who this particularly is for. It's like they're laid out in front of you and there's like 1, 2, 3, 4. And I keep getting the third option being the best option for you guys. So I don't know who else is going to watch this, but something about the third option or the third choice could be to somebody watching this is thinking about moving and they've looked at 2 or 3, 4 places. I would pick the third one if that is you that I am speaking of. Yeah. Yeah, because it just kind of feels like your current situation that you're in has a lot of like, see all the staffs in the back, which to me sometimes represents decisions, things, but this feels like walking away from a toxic situation. I don't know if maybe you guys are, somebody's living in a place that's really not safe and needing to move to a better place, a more safe place, but it's just like, you know, he's not walking, he's riding on horseback away from something like that. And also too, horses represent like intelligence, and I keep getting like make the smart play, make the smart choice. Don't stay somewhere in an unsafe situation because you feel like you got to prove something to somebody. Make the smart play, make the smart choice is what I'm getting on that. Yeah, it's like, this is interesting because I feel like this is, I just focused on this staff, and to me that means you got to look out for number one, you got to look out for yourself. Somebody here is in a bad relationship and they keep staying with someone who's not treating them correctly, and I'm getting, you have to put yourself first. Like if this was a person, this is somebody putting themselves first. Like this, pick number one, pick yourself. Always pick yourself, Scorpio. I don't know what this is about for whoever's watching this, but always pick yourself. Sorry, my nose is all of a sudden running. Who knows why? I feel like it's like a new boss. It's interesting because last time I did this card, I saw the owl and I thought it was the owl, but I feel like this to me feels like a boss or an authority figure. So I don't know if you need to watch out for your boss or you're changing jobs along with the move or the change where you're picking yourself to get out of the situation that you're in. But this felt like a new boss to me, a new situation. It's interesting. This is a strength card, but I got self-care with this. Like, it comes back to picking yourself first. It feels like you guys, you Scorpios, need to do a lot of self-care, like a lot of taking care of yourself, a lot of doing things to make yourself feel better and take care of yourself. I kind of feel like maybe that some of you guys are kind of on a health kick all of a sudden, and this is a good thing. It's like it's going to give you this. Taking care of your health is going to give you strength, and it's going to help you be more in control of your life and your circumstances. Yeah. The moon has to do, to me, it's always an emotional thing, and this feels like you've got the power to kind of get your shit in check and get your emotions handled. And that's what this feels like to me. Like, I don't know, sit back and figuring out what it is that you really want. You spend a lot of time taking care of all these people, putting up with toxic situations. And this to me says someone who needs to sit back and think about what you want. Really contemplate, not factor in all these other freaking people, but yourself. And what do you want? Who do you want to be? What do you want to be? What would you like your life to look like? I don't know if any of you do this, but I would say maybe even sit down and do some journaling. Write out a list of what you would like your life to be like. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This feels like looking for love, which means that you would need to leave a toxic relationship, and it could be a guy or a girl I'm picking up on, and pick somebody better for you. Pick someone who wants to be with you. And that could also be where the list comes in about what you want your life to be like. Maybe if you're looking at love, what is it you're looking at in a partner? What is it you're looking for in a partner? What are you trying to get in your partnership situation for yourself? You know, what would be the thing that would make you the most happy and fill your emotional cup, you know? I always tell everybody, you have a cup in your heart. You keep it full, and then everything that spills over you can give to others, but don't forget to keep your cup full for yourself, because you guys will get yourself in these situations where you give till there's nothing left. And then you get mad, and you get upset at people, and then your stinger comes out, and you start stinging them and saying things that you wouldn't normally say if you just weren't wrung out like an old wash rag. Do you understand? I just feel like don't let it get to that point anymore. When you find yourself you find that you're getting there, sit down and like give yourself the time to really do the contemplation, think about what you need, do the self-care, take care of yourself. This to me says, I know it's a judgment card, but I feel more like it's self-judgment. Like you judge yourself if your relationships do not work out. Like you blame yourself in some way. And what you guys need to understand is that sometimes shit just doesn't work out, and it's nothing you did or said or had. And everyone has free will. Everyone has control over their circumstances, and you got to remember that. And you also have free will to pick yourself and to pick what makes you makes you happy. So it just feels like anytime your relationships don't work out, whoever this is I'm picking up on, or you Scorpios, you always blame yourself for it, but sometimes it's just not meant to be, you know? But I have found sometimes that after the darkest periods of my life, afterwards I can look back and go, oh my God, thank God that shit happened, because now I am such a better place. So don't forget that part, you know? Sometimes you gotta go through that dark night of the soul. See how they're all in the clouds, but they're escaping to something better? Sometimes you gotta go through that dark night of the soul period to get to that better place in the sun. Sure this is recording. Yeah, it's funny. The Wheel of Fortune, I know, is more of a luck, no luck card, but I feel like this is you judging yourself on heart matters, and you guys, whoever this is, judging yourself on heart type matters. And I'm feeling that you got to cut yourself a break. It's like there's many varying circumstances that cause situations to happen. And sometimes we just can't fix people. It doesn't matter what you do, how you try, how much you say, what you do. The only people who can fix people are themselves. All you can do is work on you. You can't fix others. Everybody has free will. They can choose to fix themselves or not, but you're not going to be able to bulldog or push someone into doing this. They have to choose themselves and choose to get better and choose to grow emotionally and spiritually. And you just keep doing what you do, and if they're meant for you, they'll catch up and come along. And if they're not, by choosing yourself, the universe sends you better choices. It's like once you start choosing yourself and seeing the bad circumstance, it's like the universe goes, oh, they've grown. I'm going to send them somebody worth their time and their energy. Yeah. She's kind of snooty looking, but I don't feel like it's so much snooty that I'm seeing is picky. There's nothing wrong with being picky, Scorpio. You don't have to take the dregs. It's okay to say, yeah, no, hell no. It doesn't make you a bad person to go out with somebody and go, yeah, I can't do all that. It doesn't make you a bad person to choose somebody better for yourself, to do self-care and to pick a worthy partner. Worthy partner, worthy partner, worthy partner. I don't know why I'm hounding on that, but for somebody, this matters. These are not usual typical cards, but I like this. To me, it's funny. I know this is Hermes. It says the artist, which is interesting. But to me, it's like picking things that make you happy, that create joy in your life. Creative people or people who do the things in their life that bring them true joy, find that they're happy, that they have a lot of happiness. And they have a lot of, see there's that castle off at the distance. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a castle. But they find a lot of happiness when they do the things that bring them joy and make their hearts feel fulfilled. And let's switch these around. Yeah. See, I know it's temperance, which is balance, but, you guys, Scorpios, you got to watch it. Y'all tend to get you guys tend to come from a place of emotion, and you don't always, you get here in your heart and your bottom chakra, and you don't get up in your head and your crown chakra and see what the universe has to say. So this to me is just kind of set back and balance and look at a balance of things. Okay, one more card and then I think I'm done. Yeah. I know this is a Eight of Swords is like a trapped card, but I feel like it's allowing yourself, doing these things that I just talked about, allows you out of this situation that you're trapped in. When you choose self-care, really think about what you want, pick love and happiness, pick a decent partner, find a balance in that, then you're not in that situation anymore. You're free of that. You don't have the chains in these. Oh, I gotta said to do another one. Yeah, see, this to me looks like he's offering his love and his emotional well-being and his emotional happiness to someone. Because remember, I said your cup and your heart. So this is male or female offering your heart to somebody, but finding somebody who's worthy of it. Being picky, being self-serving in a way of taking care of yourself and not like, when you have emotional shit going on, when you have psychological, any kind of problems like that, sometimes you can have this tiny little molehill, but that's still your molehill, and you'll distract yourself with someone else's giant mountain of BS and not pay attention to this little tiny thing. So this is about worthiness, picking somebody who doesn't have a mountain and they have a molehill like you. I know that sounds weird, but that's how I'm seeing that. Okay, next thing we're gonna do, and I have shuffled these, so we're gonna pick I'm doing Hindu deities today. Hindu deity card. Okay. Yeah, see, this is a goddess. It's classical art, literature, talent, practice, discipline, study, academia, which would go back to the artist card that showed up. Picking the thing that brings you joy, and with picking yourself and your joy and your happiness in life, that bringing other people who will get into the energy that you're creating, a more positive vibe. That's what I'm seeing with her. So it's like whatever brings your heart happiness. I keep getting all these cards for everybody, about all these readings about picking the thing that makes you happy, picking a thing that makes you fulfilled feeling. And there's a lot of pushing everybody for creativity And I kind of wonder if that doesn't have something to do with all the destructive things going on in the world. All of our artistic, creative people need to balance it with some creativity and some building things and making things to help balance the other stuff out. Okay, and then the last thing I will do, and I've shuffled these as well, is pick an animal card out of the deck. Oh, I thought he was upside down. Bat spirit. Doing all these things, you know, bat is rebirth. He's got his head down always, which means he's transforming and coming out of the, basically like how you come out of the birth canal. And it's just, to me, this is just transforming your life by doing all of these things that I said to do. Picking yourself, doing your self-care, figuring out what you really want, picking someone worthy, and balancing that relationship, taking care of, you know, being with someone, but versus taking care of yourself as well. So this is what I'm seeing as the bat, which is just a transformation. All right, well, that's all I'm getting. Thank you.